Hey guys! I'm glad you liked the music. It is awesome to see everybody here early crew. I wish I could be like Oprah or something, be like, early crew, everybody gets a car or something. Hey. So Ashley is running a little bit late. She texted me a little bit ago. She's going to be a bit late. So Sam is going to come hop in here for a little while so we can yap for a little bit at you guys until Ashley gets to a point where she can be here. Oh, Ashley's here. Oh, heck. Hello. Okay. Let's go. Okay, I invited her in. So... yeah. Hey!
Hi.
I was just explaining that you were going to be late. So
I heard. Thank you. I can be here until Zoe is done with her bottle, and then I got to go finish putting Little Nugget to sleep.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. How's it going?
It's going well. I was entertaining everyone with some nice, smooth jazz and my awesome background. Isn't this cool?
I do like that a lot. It's neat when you do your spinning videos on it.
Oh, I love those so much. Oh my gosh.
Where did you get that? Amazon?
Yeah, I just got it at Amazon. It's like a light bulb. It's from Bliss Lights. I tagged them in my post I made about it. And they like you can find them for that. But it's called Bliss Lights, and it's just a light bulb. Like, I put it in a regular little lamp. In fact, if I move, I think you can see it. No, maybe not. This is what it looks like. It's literally just a lamp with a light bulb in it.
Hold on. This?
No, it's the bottom. The sides. Not for the bottom. The sides.
Well, when you say your sides, you're not being specific. Sorry. My dog peed on the floor, and we're just trying to get it cleaned up.
Oh, no. Sasha's been doing that a lot lately, too, because she's, like, 15.
Your dog is 15?
Yeah, she's getting up there.
Oh, what kind of dog is she?
She's a golden retriever Keeshond mix.
What is a Keeshond?
It's this big fluffy thing that's like, I don't know, it's a big fluff ball.
That's cute. Yeah, I hate thinking about whenever my dog is gonna like be gone one day.
Yeah, it's sad.
And then I'm literally wiping up his piss right now.
You know, my husband bought these really cool things. He actually got them. So he used to work in a nursing home, and they have these like, I don't even want to call them pads. They're like blankets. They're like under blankets, and you put them in like the bedding of the bed. And he did it for like people because he worked in a nursing home, and like these elderly people would wet their bed all the time. And so you put them like in between the sheets or whatever. Well, with this, it's like a blanket, but it's like a dog version, and you just like lay it across the top of their bed, and it's waterproof. And then so then if they like pee their bed, you just pick it up and you throw it in the wash machine, and then we just have two we rotate between. It's great.
Oh, interesting. So weird. Okay, so earlier you mentioned you wanted to talk about, tell me about this. I watched Robert Jordan's video that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. The All I Ever Wanted project.
Yeah. What did you, so tell me exactly what you wanted to chit chat about.
So I want to do it for one.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. And I'd like to encourage a lot of people who follow us to go do it if they haven't already, because it's going to be a big deal. So if you guys don't follow that guy who spins, Robert Jordan, it's a cool project. I don't know how much of it you watched, like all of his like.
I watched the whole thing.
Stuff. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like he has all these different choreographies at like different levels, and you get to like learn his choreography, and then he's gonna like you send in a video and he puts it all together. And he just made a post today about uh about like making it an assignment. So apparently there's a lot of instructors who are making his video project like their roller guard assignment.
Oh.
Yeah, so like they're sending it to their students. Their students have to learn it and submit a video part of the assignment. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's neat. That's a good use of resources, honestly. Sorry, I keep moving around.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get cozy. Interesting. Okay, I asked you if you were going to be doing fall choreography still.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys March season.
Oh no. Okay. Well, as of right now, I've got 3 that have definitely said yes, we're still doing it. Like 3 of my normal clients that have said yes, we're still doing it. Like here's our dates. Like our dates are all changed and stuff. But as far as like, I haven't gotten any new clients who've requested choreography, which is strange for this time of year. And yeah, it's been really strange. Did you see the new CDC guidelines that came out today for schools?
Yeah, I saw that blue version where it's kind of like paraphrased and
Yeah,
maybe
the summary, whatever.
But I didn't completely read through the literature that was on the website. So I like have a general idea of what they're proposing, but I don't know. It just sucks because I don't know I don't know that going back to school in that way and trying to do school like that is really feasible. I mean, kudos for people trying to make an effort to put the pieces back together, but I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I know here it's going to be pretty difficult because we don't have the resources, and we're so spread out because we're so rural. They talk about having kids sit one to a bus. Well, we're already short bus drivers.
Yes.
We're short bus drivers, and now you want us to double or triple the number of buses we have taking routes so that kids can sit like not with other kids on the bus. Oh.
Oh.
It seems impossible.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not going to be on a bus, I don't really foresee how any of the extracurriculars like band or winter guard, I don't even know if I'm going to have a job in the fall. It's like, why are we going to pay this girl to stick around if we're not going to have marching band season? So right now I'm having to kind of prepare for that.
Oh, that is really, really tough there. Is there, are you looking at the potential of like going online only and like having that be your main source of income as far as like making up for the loss of income?
So I would like to fill up my dance classes more so that it can replace that. That would certainly be a nice way to kind of replace the lost money. But I'm also looking at potentially just applying for a full-time teaching position at a new school if it comes down to it, I don't know, but I also don't know that I want to go. I like being at home, and if I can make money from home somehow, I would love to. But if I really can't do that yet, it might be a situation where I need to go back to a 9 to 5, like a teaching job, until my side hustle can take over, and pay for all of my bills and things like that. So I don't know.
That's tough. That's really, really tough. That is one of the things I'm thankful for being in a core curriculum class. I'm actually a biology teacher. I don't know if we talked about that last time, but that is one of the things I'm like glad because I don't have to worry about that so much. But now I'm having to worry about, okay, well, I can only have like 2 kids in a lab group. Well, I have 6 lab tables. That means I can have 12 kids in a class. Is that what you're telling me? My classroom is built to house 24 students. So, and I already have full classes. This year, I haven't had such an issue with full classes as I had in previous years. But, it's now you want me to have all the kids be 6 feet apart. And, they're not going to be able to work at the lab tables the way that we've been working at them because they'll be back to back and they'll be near each other. And it's just.
It's going to look so different.
It is. It's going to look so, so different. I think that's the thing that kind of amazes me about it. Do you know if you guys are going to do, so you don't know if you're going to do marching band yet, if you're going to have marching band yet or not?
Our not want to do it.
They don't want to do it?
She just doesn't want to because it's a liability, What if somebody contracts this during a school event like that? And then what if they bring it home to an older parent or grandparent and then, they're older and their immune system is compromised and they die from it. Like that's a lot for someone to be at fault for if you have to point a finger at somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she doesn't want to do the extra stuff, which I fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, the great thing is though, I know that, like the state, I don't know how your state does it, but normally like, you get funding from the government based on, your attendance and your enrollment or something like that. So because they weren't able to accurately, you can't report if attendance if we're not all having school. So basically Texas is giving the full amount of money that, like, let's just say they're giving them the amount that they would have if they reported all of the attendance 100% of the time, like if everyone showed up. So they're getting more money than they normally would. So I don't think it's that they won't have money to pay for me. I think it's just a matter of rationalizing if that is smart. I think hopefully I've tried to build a relationship enough with her and like my position, like because of my dance background, I try to really emphasize the fact that I can offer the school more than just a color guard. I can build a dance program there because that's the only high school in the district that doesn't have a dance program.
That was going to be my next question was, do you teach regular dance classes too?
I did, but what I was teaching at a middle school. So I did that for 4 years and then decided to stay home this year. So now I'm only teaching color guard. And as you know, it's not a full-time job. So ideally we would like to turn my job into like a paraprofessional, like a part-time dance instructor, color guard teacher type of gig, which would be cool because it'll just really help, what is the word? Just give me more stability in that regard, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, I'm not going to worry about it. I think I'm just going to continue to prepare and stay positive and everything's going to be fine. Like, if I have to go back into the classroom and I'll do what I have to do.
That's the only thing you can do really is just be prepared for any scenario, whatever it ends up being, because what else do you do? You can't sit and worry about it all the time. You're going to take away from your own life.
Yeah.
If you're just working.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, man, how awesome would it be if color guard could be a full-time job though?
Well, in Texas, they're making them like full-on paraprofessional positions where you get like a part-time teacher salary. It's like somewhere in the neighborhood of $21,000 plus benefits.
Wow.
And only teach color guard.
Would you teach it multiple hours a day though?
I mean, just the same amount that you would normally be going in. So most teachers around here, they have class plus rehearsal, and then whatever extra
Mm-hmm.
performance. But like all of the instructors are already doing that, so it wouldn't be any different.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My thought would it'd be cool if you had like a class that was like, okay, this is like middle school color guard class, this is like elementary school color guard class, and then you have like the high school color guard, and then you have like actual rehearsals for the competition team and so on. Like that would be awesome.
That would be so crazy. I'm sure somebody out there does it. I'm sure it exists.
Oh, surely. Surely it does. I'm absolutely. It would surprise me so much if it didn't.
I mean, out of all of the programs, there's got to be at least one where they have like a middle school teacher. Like it's more all encompassing. Somebody said time to leave and go to Texas. Have to do
Yeah.
the heat. That's the worst part. But once you get past that, it's not so bad.
I actually have my my dance teacher certification is through Texas. It's through what is it? The Texas. I had to take the TEXES. Yes.
Oh, the Teakses or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how to say it. But it's funny because like Missouri doesn't have any way to get a dance teacher certification. Literally the only way you can be a certified dance teacher in the state of Missouri is if you bring it over from another state. And so what I had to do was actually take my chemistry teacher certification because they wouldn't accept my biology teacher certification, even though that's what I teach. I had to take my chemistry teacher certification, transfer it to Texas, and then get approved as a certified chemistry teacher in Texas, and then take the dance teacher test, and then transfer it back to Missouri. So this was like a 2-year process of doing all this. Well, of figuring it out and then doing it. It was crazy. And I was just like, why do you even have this? And why do you not have any way for somebody to get it? Like, just give us a test. Like, you can take a test to be a choir teacher. You can take a test to be a math teacher.
Copy it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's weird.
exactly. Why can't you just do that? So I don't know. It was a very expensive ordeal too.
Were you wanting to get certified so you could teach color guard, or what was the thought process behind that?
I taught dance in studio for like 5 years. When I first started teaching during the regular school day, I would after school go to, we have a local studio, and I would go teach at the studio. And then when I switched to this school that I'm at now, they don't have, like, there's no studio in this town. And so I don't have like the option. And then also I'm busy like crazy. So I thought, it'd be really cool if I could teach dance like as a class, and there was a point in time where the school was saying, well, we need more arts classes. We need more fine arts classes. This was like I said, it was like 2 years ago before, well, 3 years ago now, before anything of this craziness happened. But the idea was they wanted more fine arts classes for kids to take. So they aren't just shoving kids in band and choir who aren't musically inclined, or, taking art class. If that was basically all they had was like regular, like painting art sort of class. And then you have like band and you have choir. And I was like, well, what if I taught a dance class? Like that could be a fine art. And for me, it would be a little less stress on my shoulders of just teaching the same biology class all day, So
Yeah.
I don't think allow it to happen now because of everything that's been going on, but eventually, maybe someday, like 10 years from now.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I hope you guys get something like that. Kids at our school hate the band teacher. Yikes.
That's rough.
That's probably more common than people might think.
Yeah. I know we had a couple of band teacher switches happen this year. And that made it really hard. Like our band teacher that we had for the last 7 years or so, she got really sick. And just wasn't, like, things weren't right, and she was trying she was trying her best and trying to do a good job and everything. And then, but she just couldn't anymore. And so she ended up having to leave like mid-September. So that was really rough. And we ended up having another lady come in who had been an elementary music teacher. And a lot of the kids were just like, they just decided they hated her straight up. Like, first thing, this poor lady walks into the program and the kids are just like, no, we just don't like you just because you aren't the previous band director. And like, that's so hard. So hard for a program and for a director, because, you know, and she really honestly came in and did a good job. Because if it were me, I probably would have walked into the program and been like, okay, we're not doing any of these competitions or performances you have lined up. We might do like one. You know what I mean? Like, I'd really trim it down, especially since she'd never taught high school band before. And she didn't. She came in and she had them go to all their competitions, go to all their local performances, go to everything. They even did band recruitment at the end of the year. And it was amazing how much work she put in for the kids to just be like, no, we just don't like you because you're not the previous band director. So it was like, and that's hard. And she actually decided not to stay. We have a new band director coming in already starting basically now. So it's so rough. It's so rough for programs like that.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, there's nothing, that's just how kids are, you know, like they form a relationship and then the band director leaves. Naturally, they're just going to react like that. So it's really up to the adult to make the best of it.
Right. I think she did a good job of it too, honestly, for what she had. It was good. So I posted in the story and asked if anybody had anything they wanted us to talk about. And we got several responses here. I just have to get back to them because I've posted a million reaction videos.
Oh.
I don't know if you've been seeing my reaction videos, but there's a lot of them.
They're really fun. I feel like a lot of your reaction is what mine would be.
I was just thinking, I was like, you know, I'm sitting here watching all these kids on TikTok and I like their stuff and I like comment on it and stuff. And then they're just kind of like, is that really her? Is that her? Are you sure? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to video myself watching your video so you know.
That's awesome.
Okay, I have several. Okay, yeah, I do have several on this one. There's a lot of people who want to know about injuries, both preventing them and recovering from them and going back into color guard.
This is a juicy one.
Mm-hmm. Must have a lot of injured folks out there because I've got this requested like 6 times.
I think injuries are so common because people don't properly take care of their bodies and they don't know. First of all, we have this really like awful mentality about pushing through the pain in marching band and in, you know, drum corps and stuff. And when you're injured, you need to like, and even in the dance world, you know, and probably in other sports too, but you need to allow your body to heal. If you're hurting and your body needs attention, it's not, that doesn't mean ignore it and just keep going. And I know there's a lot of social pressure and you don't want to look like, you know, the little weakling that can't hang. I think it's kind of toxic because we need to be using that as a reflection and it like listening to our bodies and acknowledging the fact that we need to take some time and let our bodies heal. And then it just kind of snowballs. You don't allow some of these injuries to heal and then you go back too soon, then you never fully recover and then you're more susceptible to more injuries. But I think the main thing is to do things, understanding how to properly warm up, understanding how to like maneuver your equipment or your body in a way that is safe, you know? But and then as far as like recovering to come back, I mean, it's just giving it time. Like, I'm not a physical therapist or a professional, but there are people within our activity, like Marching Health and you know, people like that.
Oh my
who
gosh,
have,
I love Dr. Holland.
but they can really articulate, him and his team, I feel like they can articulate how the nitty gritty of how to recover.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many. I think the thing now too is that like we had a lot of excuses when we were younger about like so for me when I marched Blue Stars, I broke my shoulder. And we had a physical therapist with us on tour, and you know, she could only do so much, and she was like, okay, well, we can like do this, we can like adjust your shoulder, we can do all these like movements and stuff with it and do this. But then I had to go out and spin on a broken shoulder, and like we didn't even realize what was really wrong with it. You know, I was just in pain. And I think now though, the resources are there where you can like
Uh-oh. What happened? Your screen is
I
blank.
disappeared. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh no, I don't know what's going on.
I probably can stay for another 4 minutes, and then at 8:30 I
no.
send to my child.
There we go. Hey.
You're back.
So like the resources are there. You can look stuff up online. You can get more information from people. Like you have better access. Like when you're on tour, you're not like secluded from the rest of the world the way that we were. You like can go to the doctor in another city or something. It's not the end of the world.
Right. Yeah, I wish more teams had better access to things like physical therapists and massage therapists and chiropractors, you know, and even just the diet that they eat on tour too.
Oh no, I'm frozen.
Uh-oh.
See if I can. I'm trying to see. I think it's my internet connection. I'm trying to see really quick if I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, but you're not moving.
Okay. I'm just like.
You're back.
Oh,
okay.
hi.
I think we're back. I went ahead and took my phone off of the Wi-Fi and put it on like cell service. So maybe like there was like maybe my husband got his computer or something, and there's too much internet for my internet going on.
That's okay. I have to. I'm gonna leave in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh well, let me see what else we got here topic wise, because we did have a few other requests. Oh, okay. This was a really good one. How do you explain how do you teach color guard without being confusing? I think it's more of a question about like language of color guard here.
How do you teach color guard without it being confusing?
Yeah, there was like the specific question wants to know how to teach about doing tricks on color guard, but then we had another question about teaching color guard with clarity, basically.
I mean, if you teach anything, you need to be specific about like what part of the body you're using, the type of energy, you know, like if it's a strong catch or a soft catch, you know, where the momentum should be going, like thinking about the pathways and the energy and, you know, at what point do you release equipment, things like that.
I think that like things like do you use 27 points at all? Because I feel like that has helped us a lot. We adopted it like 6 years or so ago, and we use 27 points for just very basic training, and so you get that understanding of the space around your body.
Yeah, whenever TJ would clean us at Blue Devils, I don't do it enough to memorize what all of the points are labeled. So shame on me. But whenever she would be like, yeah, it's going through point 3 and whatever this is. And everyone, it was just very clear. It's this one and this one. And it's, especially if you're, you know, you're going through it every single day and you remember, I think it definitely helps a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you go into Laban's, I think Laban, right? The movement theories with your students at all?
Are you talking about Laban?
Yeah, I think so. I've only ever seen it on paper, never heard it pronounced.
No, honestly, I don't really go heavy into the Laban movement vocabulary. I really just talk about things like body half, or I talk about yielding into the floor, which can sound confusing, but I mean, it just basically means you're not resisting the floor, you're kind of melting into it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't really use it very heavily. Yeah, but I guess it's something to think about.
Yeah, it's something I studied when I was working on my certification too, and I was just like, this is really cool. Like, I feel like it could be really useful, but it's like, I think it's like one of those things you were saying before. Like, if you're not using it every day, you're not gonna retain it, basically.
Yeah, because it is a different language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I just stick to kind of the simple stuff, and a lot of times I just use imagery or some kind of visual cue that will help them connect it to a picture or something that they're already used to doing in normal pedestrian life. So, I don't know. But, unfortunately, I gotta go.
That's all right. I'm just glad to get to talk to you for a little while.
Yeah, a while. I've kind of disappeared because I'm trying to figure out the direction that I want to take with my social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're making progress.
I definitely get that. Like, I think I liked your Instagram name change.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, that's so cute, and it's like rhymey.
That's what it was before, and I just kind of felt conflicted about the other name because I think I just want my personality to be my brand, and I think I was just kind of I was thinking about it too much, and I was making it more complicated than it needed to be. But I'm still going to be doing color guard content. It's just going to be wrapped up more in like how my personal connection with it. Like on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be doing like Teach With Me vlogs where I, take the camera with me to rehearsals and competitions and things like that.
That's awesome.
Yes, and then I'll probably do some videos like on what to expect for drum corps, how to audition, what to pack, so things like that. I think that's the direction I'm going to be leaning in because I really want to also do mommy content because it's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was good talking to you.
Yes, you too. You too. We should definitely do this again at some point.
Yeah.
Whenever things calm down.
I just need to probably. It's just she's kind of going through some developmental changes right now, so her sleep is a little bit all over the place. But I'm also I have no light in here. I was using my window light, and now it's getting dark.
Oh no. Okay, let me tell you, I bought this tiny little ring light at Walmart for $5, and it is so nice.
Yeah, you're bright, girl. You are bright. Breaking up. Oh no.
Instagram's telling us it's time to go.
Oh my God. Okay, well, have fun. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too. I'll see you.
Talk. Bye.
Bye. Okay, hopefully the internet connection's a little better. I'm trying to fix it. Trying to deal with this on my phone here. Okay, I see I have a question also. Oh gosh, I have a bunch of questions. Holy cow, it only said I had one. So, okay, we talked about injuries. So, thank you for that. We talked about that earlier. Let's see what we got. Oh wow, this is so cool. So these are the questions you guys actually answered earlier, that you asked in my story. I didn't realize they came up on here too. That's so cool. How do you explain tricks and such without being confusing? That's what we were talking about earlier. And Sam is here. Oh no, bring Sam in. Yes, bring Sam. Add. I'm trying. I think we're having a marching season. Yay, it's Sam!
Hello. Sorry, I was watching Jenna Marbles.
Oh, oops. Watching Jenna Marbles. That was like me all day. It's okay. Honestly,
Yeah.
watching Jenna Marbles and then watching How I Met Your Mother fan theories. Oh, shame on me. I just realized that the like responses from my question post I made earlier were in the square. So here's one we didn't answer this one yet. Those of you who don't know Sam is has been a member of Spintronix for like a million years and is also kind of transitioning into being a spin instructor.
Jackie, you're cutting out so hard.
Oh no. My internet connection has been bad. I think the weather must be getting bad. I keep getting these like notifications on my phone. So, okay. So what advice? So you're like a lot closer to this whole process than me because it was more recent that you were having to try out for an independent guard or college guard. What's some advice that you have for Chicago Grapes for their question about trying out?
For what? Is this
for
a
trying
person
out
you
for
said?
an independent guard?
Oh, okay. So I would say, like, first of all, do your research on where you want to go first. If you're going to college and you're going to be in a marching band that does a different show for every single football game, like, watch some of their shows. They're on YouTube. They're everywhere. And, like, look at them and see how hard the choreography is. And if it's, like, pretty simple, they don't do anything more than, like, a couple of little tosses and, like, some fun flourishes, then you probably don't need to do a ton to prepare because it's going to be kind of a chill thing. Like, you're going to have to learn new drill and new choreo, like, pretty often, but you're not going to have to, like, because you're going to be learning something new every week, kind of like we did at Mizzou. But if you're going to try out for, like, someplace that's crazy competitive, like if you're trying to try out for a really intense winter guard, like I went and tried out for Avidity, go watch their videos, go see what they do, see if they have any clinics that you can go to so you can get an idea of who's on staff with them. Because if you don't mesh well with their staff, you're not going to want to be there. If you guys don't have the same values, you're not going to want to spin for them. It's going to make you miserable. So go do your research. That's number one. That's one thing Jackie and I learned from this webinar series or whatever we were doing, is like, do your research, go learn things on your own before you get too in depth with stuff. Yeah, do your research, go to clinics if they have clinics, see if you can find any friends and befriend anyone. Like, I befriended like Cassie and Brooke Cassie far before I knew I wanted to audition for Avidity, before Avidity went bye-bye. But like, talk to them, see what they can do. Cassie taught me the entire flag warm up from Avidity, so I was like more prepared for that. So see if you can talk to somebody, see if they have their warm ups anywhere, see if you can learn that ahead of time, and then when you actually go to auditions, I say, okay, this is a tip that Allie gave me. Allie taught at one of our weekend camps, I think our last weekend camp before we went to CMU. Whenever you go to an audition, and he told me this for drum corps, but he said find like the first 10, 15 minutes you're there, find the best person, whether it's a vet, whether it's a new person, find the absolute best person, station yourself behind them so that you can copy everything they do. If they're presenting a certain way, present the way that they are. Like, do what they're doing, copy them. And if you need help, go ask them for some help if the instructors are giving you like some free time to practice. And that's the best way to do it. You don't want to put yourself in the back of the block. They're ignoring you back there. So put yourself in the second row behind the best person that you can find and just go for it. Like, do your best, even if it's not perfect. Be really confident because they want to see that you can perform and that you can do things and that you're willing to try and work on it, even if you're not willing to be your best. And my last thing I'm going to say with that is 99.9% of winter guards do not set their weapon line at auditions. So yeah, you can like go spin weapons. Like if they break off from like flag and saber and rifle, you can go spin weapons, but they're probably not going to be setting their their rifle line or their saber line right off the bat, like when they're figuring out who's going to be on the team. So if you need to really practice on like whatever flag piece or whatever dance piece is happening, like maybe skip out on a rifle block and go do that, because every color guard needs strong flag line, strong dance line, and weapons are kind of like, I don't want to say optional, but they're more optional. Like if you can't spin a rifle, but you're really good at flag and dance, you're still going to make the guard regardless. So those are the two big skills you need first.
That's like the whole point, is like to be on the team. Like that's, I don't know. When I was younger, I had this crazy idea in my head that if I wasn't on the weapon line, then I wasn't going to be on the guard. And I don't know why I had that idea in my head, because that was just stupid. And now, granted, I did get on the weapon line. I was on the weapon line. I was the only rookie on the saber line at Blue Stars. And like, but still, like I could have had a lot easier summer anytime if I had just chosen to do flag and not worry so much about weapon, especially being my first year. So
yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say something about was that, you know, you said you went and tried out for Avidity. There are so many people. Well, I don't want to say instructors. I want to say instructors, but I don't want to say instructors. I want to say people. There are so many people who would be so furious to know that their students went and tried out for another guard. And I know that's creating some confusion in there because I'm the director of Spintronix, and here Sam was like, "Oh yeah, I went and tried out for Avidity." Like I literally
for a season.
What's that?
I said I spun for another guard. I spun for Ionic for a whole season.
Yeah, exactly. I encourage my students to go try out for other guards, like constantly. Like this year it was Cade talking about trying out for Lavute. And like do it. Go try out. Like I want you to get that experience. And if you make it, that's going to be freaking awesome. You know, awesome for you because you're on the team. Awesome for me because one of my students got to go move up to a different guard. But like if you don't make it, it's not the end of the world. And I am going to literally welcome you back with open arms, you know, to come and be back on the team if that's what you want to do. So if you're worried about that with your instructor, if anybody's worried about that with their instructor, like that's not how it should be. Like your instructor should be happy for you to go to another team, and they should be proud of you. Know that.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's the thing we don't have in color guard enough of like lifting each other up and encouraging, and like you can be frenemies with someone and you can compete against them and want to do better than them, but like don't tear them down. We're all in this together. We talked about this last time we were together too. But just like, especially instructors, if there are instructors watching, take care of your kids, be friends with everybody. That's how it should go.
Exactly. And I think the culture is a lot different now than it used to be like when I was young. It's a lot. I think the culture is a lot better. I think it's improved. So what is the diet on tour? Whew. It's different now than it was when I marched. When I marched, it was like, here's 5,000 calories, eat all of them. And there wasn't a whole lot of awareness. I don't want to say there wasn't sensitivity to things like gluten-free and vegetarianism. Vegetarianism was just starting to be sort of recognized when I was marching. And so there would often be like a vegetarian option. But like different dietary needs were not super recognized when I marched. So that was difficult for some people. I didn't even know I don't know if I was lactose intolerant back then. I'm lactose intolerant now, like severely. But I had milk for breakfast every day when I was marching. And yeah, well, like, I mean, what else do you do? It's what they give you, and you just eat your calories. You do eat a lot. You eat a lot of food. It's 5,000 calories a day. And, you literally burn all of it. So I think now, like normal people are supposed to eat 2,000 calories for a maintenance diet. And like, we don't. People regularly eat like 3. And, but anyway, you eat 5 at drum corps. It's kind of modified, but they do have a lot of places do have options. And if you go to a drum corps and they don't have options and you need options, I mean, like, talk to them about it. Usually they're pretty understanding. So that's kind of my take. But yes, you eat a lot of peanut butter and jelly. Whoever said that about peanut butter and jelly, yes. Yeah, Alexander, I think lots and lots of peanut butter and jelly. We also, when I was at Blue Stars, we also had fluffernutters.
Oh,
those were so good.
Those are awesome. Do you have more questions?
I'm looking. Let me go in the question box and see what we got. Tips for captains. You were a captain this year.
And, I mean, at Ionic, we didn't have captains because it was our first season. But then I was last year, and then I was like the 2 years before that too. So, like I think we said this a little bit last time, but just to rehash, if you don't like someone, don't tell them that. You're kind of like, I want to call you a boss. I want to call you like a mother hen. Like, you can do some of like the being in charge stuff, but your job is mostly to take care of the needs of the guard. And if the guard needs you to run warm-ups, then you run warm-ups. But also, like, the guard needs you to be their friend because you should be. So you need to be nice to everyone. You need to take charge when you, Jordan said, get to know your teammates before the season. Yes, perfect. Go stalk their Instagrams and send them a message and say hi. But just like be friendly with everyone, even if you can't stand looking at their face. And oh my God, I'm sorry. He's been yelling all night. Yeah. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Getting to know your teammates, being friends
getting
with them.
to know your teammates is so important because, like, let's take Spintronix, for example. There are people like Cade, when he gets really upset, he really wants to be touched. He wants to be hugged. And when Sydney gets upset, she doesn't want anybody to touch her, and she will slap you if you get too close. And, like, you got to know the difference so you know how to comfort those people. Like, yeah, that's just a big ol'
fight. Just by the way, for anyone needing to know that. There is much video evidence of this if you are a regular vlog watcher. That's another thing we need a montage of, is just a montage of you fighting everyone.
Yeah, we do.
Are you streaming or just video?
No, I'm streaming. Andrew's home from work.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
What are the bases for the questions? There is no basis. Questions are open-ended today. whatever you like. We kind of opened up questions about questions earlier, but I don't know. We don't have a whole lot of time left. We have like 10 minutes left. So
Cool.
think one have your instructor and have help your team be on the same page, especially rookies. Yeah, yes, absolutely. If you can be as a captain, you can take the rookies under your wing and like help them to level up basically quickly. That's awesome. Make them feel like part of the family, because I think that's a big part of you know, if you know about my 3 levels of color guard performers videos, I did like a series about this on YouTube like a million years ago, and I think it's on IGTV as well. But taking those like rookies and like putting them through the 3 levels, the captain and like the other veteran members of the team are a huge part of that transformation of the rookies going up to level 2 and level 3. So definitely want to do that. Ooh. What's your next routine gonna be? Oh yeah, okay. I need you to clarify this. What, like, routine for what? Because there's a lot of projects going on Spintronix right now.
If it's a challenge you see on like Instagram or Twitter, you text Sam and you ask, should I do this, without telling them the deadline, and then you're like, oh, by the way, it's due tomorrow. And it's like, no, forget everything I said. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, that happens. Oh gosh. Is that on the Spintronix channel? Is what on the Spintronix channel? I don't know. Are you talking about the three levels of performers thing? I think yes. If that's your question, just me, Sarah B. If you're asking about the 3 levels of performance, that is on the Spintronix channel, and it's also on IGTV. And it's like it's a 3 video series that I did. It's literally just me talking in my car. So.
But if you go watch it on YouTube, then we make dollars to keep doing things like this.
Dollar.
And like 0.7 of a cent.
Yeah. Yeah, the levels. She says the levels.
Okay, perfect.
So okay. Where did Nerd Yoda guy go? Did he run away? Because I want to know what he's asking about with this next routine. Like, because he could be talking about the Winter Guard show. Like, what's the next Winter Guard show? But he could be talking about like the 4th of July is coming up.
So it just kind of depends. If like people, like if color guard instructors or choreographers like do a lot of writing for people, then, or like a lot of like they get paid to do things, then like whenever I'm in the full of like choreographing a ton of fall shows, I don't choreograph anything besides that. I only choreograph what's going into the show. But that's just me. Jackie, you all frozen.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Love your backdrop. Thank you. Bankrolling your next season with all your YouTube I watch. Yes, thank you. We need that. No, I was trying. How do you find the timer again?
You click where it says Q&A.
Where it says what? Q&A?
Where it says Q&A, normally it says live.
Okay.
But
yeah,
if you click that,
I see it. Okay, it says we have less than 4 minutes left. So,
okay.
Talking about the Winter Guard show, should be more specific. Okay, yes. Oh my gosh, holy cow. There's so much all of a sudden. What was work in WGI in Costa Rica? I haven't done that yet. Costa Rica had to be postponed, so that hasn't happened yet. So stay tuned. Do an online lesson with you guys and pay. That's actually something we're working on setting up. Doing online lessons. And so, yes, eventually, I don't know. Oh, that's weird. When my finger gets closer to the screen, it like darkens everything else. Weird. Okay, so talking about the Winter Guard show, we don't have a specific show picked out yet. I mean, we kind of do. We have a lot of like stuff kind of planned so that we can be like, hey, these are our ideas that we want to do. basically what we do is we get like several different show ideas planned out, and then we kind of base what we want to do off of who is on the team and what their skill sets are. And so like the Freedom show this year, we had an idea of what we knew the song we wanted. We knew that we were going to do the Freedom show. We knew kind of the aesthetic we wanted it to have, but then we didn't actually like write the routine until we saw who was on the team, if that makes sense. So, yes.
Yeah.
Are you still coming to Michigan? As of right now, yes.
Jackie likes to start planning the next season's Winter Guard show on the drive back from championships.
Really, it's planned like way